When you've done it. This is Pete Feenstra on Thursday the 10th of November. Talking to Biff Byford from Saxon.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Yeah.
So like the fans. Great to have you here, great that the band are out and about. Let's immediately start with the tour date so we can tell everybody where you're playing. I'm going to have to read these out. Tuesday the 13th of December you start Oxford O2 Academy. Wednesday 14 Leicester O2 Academy. Friday 16 Edinburgh Picture House. Saturday you're going to Belfast the 17th, Mandela Hall.
Yeah.
Been there before?
Yeah, it's nice venue.
Great, great. 19th Sheffield, that'll be a great one, O2 Academy.
Yeah.
And the London show is on the 20th of December at Coco.
That's right.
And you were talking about that earlier on.
Yeah, we wanted the last show to be in London because it's quite central for everybody. And
last night the tour.
We'll have a big party, you know, like rock and rollers do. And yeah, so that'll be good. And you know, all the families will come down and the agents and the managements will be there. So yeah, it'll be good. We'll have a good knees up after the show. And it's a nice venue, Coco's. Yep. It's sort of large but very high, so you can get, it's quite intimate. Yeah. Quite intimate show there. So.
It's kind of rococo.
Yeah, it is a little bit. Yeah, it is a little bit. So yeah, it's the old music machine, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And yeah, I went to see the Police there.
Yeah, I think I was last early 80s. Yeah. So the band are back in fashion, back in favour, selling tickets all around the world. Do you think that kind of reflects the fact that metal and hard rock has come around again?
Yeah, I think it definitely has been on a rise for the last few years, and it's up there now. We've just been around the world on this tour since March. So
been in South America?
Yeah, I just come back last week.
Is that the first time you've been there?
No, it's the first time we've been to Chile, but we've been we go to Brazil quite a bit, and you know, Argentina. But yeah, it's fantastic, and American tour is great. I mean, it's the second half of the second European tour we're about to start. Yeah. Tomorrow we're off to Spain. So yeah, we've got our mates Andrew with us.
Yeah. Well, funnily enough, I was going to mention them because there's almost a parallel between Saxon and Anvil in that you had an outside catalyst. In your case, it was Harvey Goldsmith. In their case, it was the filmmaker. I forget who it was. Yeah. It kind of kick-started a whole new leg of your career.
A little bit, yeah.
Were you a bit apprehensive before it all happened?
Well, it was a bit of a love-hate thing, wasn't it, with the fans and the media with Harvey. I mean, they loved him for helping us, but they hated him for what he was trying to do. It was a great TV, actually. Yeah. I mean, and I do like Harvey. He did a great job. But
he brought in the outside producer. Now, what did they bring to the band that previously you missed out on? Because obviously it worked.
Well, yeah, they brought in the guys for that one single, and it just it was a bit punky, you know.
It was a bit fast and stuff, energy.
I mean, maybe it went back to our earlier days, you know, of sort of fast energy and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it was a good experience. There was some a bit cringy in parts, but not that bad, you know. And yeah, he did a good job, and we did a fantastic show at Download that year.
The anniversary.
I just think that all things coming round, and we've had some great albums. The last 4 or 5 albums have all been excellent, and it's just
well received, really well received.
It's just a catalyst, really, that starts it all off again.
And were you looking for something like that before?
No, we were just making. I think we were making. I think it was the Lionheart album, wasn't it? We were making with Harvey. So it was pretty much all finished anyway, so you know, they just included it in there. There must be tons of footage though, because they actually filmed us for 6 months.
Really? You just got used to it
for a 30-minute show. So you know, somewhere down the line there's going to be, you know, it's coming, don't you? There's going to be the outtakes of that. It's going to come out. It's going to be really embarrassing.
Was that a kind of inspiration for the DVD you put out, the 5-hour one? Because that was a bit of...
No, not really, not nearly. No, some guys who worked for the BBC that obviously got made redundant and went freelance, they made that.
It was a good idea.
Yeah.
Only 5 hours is a hell of it.
Well, yeah, I mean, but you know, it's great value for money.
Oh yeah. And it's something you can dip into and look
at. I mean, you know, there's a lot of 80s footage on there. Yeah. A lot of interviews from different bands and different members, old members of the band. So yeah, it's a good package, really. I mean, they only made 2,000, you know, limited editions.
Yeah. Good stuff.
And quite rare.
And of the current set that you're going to be playing on the forthcoming tour, I mean, are you going to be what are you going to play from the new record, and how do you decide which songs When you get a whole new batch of songs, how
Well,
do you decide which ones to do?
it swings around really. I mean, I think the audience tend to figure out which ones they like,
Yeah.
and then we tend to play which ones they like really. But you know, Hour of the Gods is a great favourite.
Yeah.
Obviously, Call to Arms back in '79. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
When Doomsday Comes, that's Going Storm. The song that we did play a couple of times that went down brilliant was Chasing the Bullet.
yeah.
So we kept that one in.
And talking about that, Chasing the Bullet, that refers, as far as I understand, that refers to the fact that you felt under pressure to finish the album. Was that the case?
That's a song for people who are under pressure. You know, with the phone's ringing off the hook and you know, just trying to get out and away and I'm going to go home, but you can't because you.
Right,
you know, so yeah, that's what that's about. Yeah. It's. I mean, I don't think anybody's used it before, Chasing the Bullet. So I invented it.
No, it's a good
So
one.
it's a good one if you're working hard and you've got a schedule to keep and you're about to miss it.
And talking about schedules and thinking about recording, I mean, do you go into an album, or when you record a new album, do you have a plan for how you think it's going to be, or does stuff shape up when you're actually in there? Do you actually play live, for example, when you record?
Yeah, we did on this album. Quite a few of it's live. You know, not all of it. Some of it's overdub, but
Yeah, of course.
yeah. But the drums and the bass are all live. But that's why we wanted to do this album. Just a more less is more type thing. Less overdubs, less keyboards, less choirs, less samples, less.
A real rock record.
Yeah.
Yeah, as it used to be.
Yeah,
really.
really.
But you got very sharp production on this.
We spent a lot of time on the production, and you know, we sent it away to a maestro in America that does the mixers. So we disconnected ourselves from it a little bit, which is
and then you come
back.
back.
It's a bit strange for us, you know. But yeah, it was great. Actually, it was a great experience making that.
And of course, one of the things the fans are going to like is the booklet and the artwork. There's some really great graphics on there, good photos, all the lyrics.
I mean, yeah, it's, you know, we spend a lot of time on the package because we know people still like to buy, you know, in our genre. Yeah. They still like the product. They might download it, but they still buy the product when it comes out anyway. Yeah. But so it's important that it's not cheap.
No,
you know, it's
quite the opposite.
High gloss, you know.
Where did all the graphics come from and the thought?
Well, we have a young guy in Germany, basically that he plays in a band himself. So he's into all that stuff, and he just digs it, all the Celtic connection with Saxon and, you know, the heraldic things. And all the war stuff, so he just gets off on that, so he works quite well with.
Do you think we're the last generation that's going to actually want a physical carrier for their music?
I think there's always going to be...
Well, there is a revival of vinyl, of course, at the moment.
Well, yeah, everything's out on vinyl now, and you know, we're talking about doing some new stuff with vinyl next year. Yeah. But I think that's great because you know, something new comes out, people go nuts on it, don't they? And then it all settles down, and then everybody realises, well, we can have you know, iPods, and we can have vinyl. You know, we can have all five really. I think we should bring back cassettes. I like cassettes.
That's a good suggestion.
Winding them back with a pencil when it messes up. I remember all of it. Yeah, it's good. So why not? If you can have it, then get it. That's what I say. And don't forget, you know, there's nothing much better artwork-wise than a 12-inch album or a big single, or a picture disc. It looks fantastic, you know. And sort of, you know, kids are realising that now. I mean, the younger generations are buying vinyl, you know.
Particularly the 70s albums.
We just been to South America. I mean, in Brazil, in São Paulo, we were signing, you know, album vinyls of the album cover and the CD, and you know, it's just fantastic, really. Yeah. And
do you think that the reason you're still here is the fact you're always such a great live band, and when your time came again, you were ready for it?
I think, yeah. I think, you know, we were waiting in the wings. I think, you know, we've always been a great live band. Whoever was playing in the band. I mean, some have been better than others, obviously, but this particular band is fantastic live. Yeah. And you know, the chemistry of the band, songwriting is great as well. So
where'd you get all your inspiration from after 30 odd years of?
It just comes along one day.
Does it go in waves? I mean, do you have a couple of
years? Yeah, it goes in waves.
Yeah.
You know, I get ideas for songs in the most wackiest places, and yeah, really. I mean, it's all down to the lyric and the riff for us.
And on the new album, of course, the songs seem to be sort of split between historic themes and just rock in general and things about the band, I guess.
Well, it's a mixture of some of the songs are quite blues influenced,
Right.
like our early stuff was,
Yeah.
and some of it's full on metal,
Yeah.
like our early stuff was.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's a move back to that, you know, crossing the line.
Happy medium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we moved away from that. We went a bit more metal
Yeah.
because we had to. I think that's how it was then.
Yeah.
But now I think it's a good time, and we can be more, you know, like the early days, really.
Hammer of the Gods, the riff on that sounds a bit like Focus.
Yeah, it is a bit folksy. There's another song it's a bit like as well, but it's a Paul Quinn riff, so
Yeah, good old Paul.
it's a fantastic.
He's got a locker full of them.
Fantastic.
And I mean, back in '79, I mean, that's presumably about the band, and back then, was it?
Yeah, it's about back then and now, really.
Yeah.
It's about, you can be any age, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You know, it's the music that's important.
And Mists of Avalon's about Excalibur and all that kind of
It
stuff.
is, yeah.
I mean, do you do a lot of research, write those sort of songs?
On that one, no. On that one, not really. It's I've had that idea for quite a long time, the Mists of Avalon thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have called it Excalibur. I thought that might be a bit Monty Python-ish.
It's
like,
well, yeah, it is a little bit. And there's a couple of tracks on the album have been used for films.
yeah.
Well, I mean, did you write with that in mind, or was
Yeah,
that
the producer came down and we had
did
a
that give you a
meeting.
new way of approaching
Yeah,
the song?
definitely. And one of the songs, you know, When Doomsday Comes,
Yeah.
like Zeppelin-ish.
Yeah, it is.
And
yeah.
the other one's quite a modern riff.
Yeah.
You know, quite could be Zach Wild playing there. But yeah, so we like playing. We like getting involved with the film people. They're actually crazier than we are, actually.
And when you actually on that subject, when you actually make a DVD or what we used to call a video and the visual thing, I mean, do you try and actually bring some of your lyrics and that kind of stuff to life? Is that the idea behind Simon?
Yeah, I think when you're writing lyrics, they have to be what they call picture lyrics.
Right.
They have to conjure up an image in your head.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that comes from the days when I was a big prog rock fan and me and Paul played, you know, prog rocky type band.
Yeah.
We were huge Yes fans, Genesis fans. So
Wow.
I think that sort of imagery, like Mists of Avalon, comes from that.
Yeah, it's a very melodic
that
song, of
influence.
course.
Yeah, it's a very melodic song. Yeah.
No.
And it's 6/8,
Yeah.
which is classic.
And Ballad of a Working Man, is that a kind of you standard bearer for working class people?
Well, I think lyrically, it's a song about, you know, when people are working, the country's strong. I mean, that's how it is, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, when people aren't working, it's not so strong. But, I mean, it's a song about a day gone by, a day's gone by. But
it's still germane to now, you know.
Yeah, it's still relevant now, definitely.
Yeah. And one of the things I wanted to ask you, even before I got this interview, was sense of irony that after all these years, top of your game in the 80s, you never really cracked America, and now there you are in both North and South America. How did that suddenly click in for you?
Well,
How did that go back to?
I mean, we are successful in some cities in America.
As are a lot of bands, of course.
Yeah, we're a bit of a cult band there, actually.
Yeah.
We're known by a lot of bands.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, we have some seriously big fans over there.
I mean, I can understand Germany because that's a real metal place, but as you say, America's geographically you're kind of exposed in some places.
Well, yeah, but yeah, they've really took this album on board, actually.
Wow.
I mean, they really love this album. They really,
Well, you must be. You're touring
they really,
over there.
yeah,
cheap.
they really dig it. You know, it's just that I think because it's quite in your face and and not complicated.
Yeah.
You know, they just get off on the songs and.
And
the
do you
sounds.
have to change? Do you change your set when you tour over there at all?
Well, we changed the set. We had a different set in Japan and a different set in.
Find the audience is
South America.
quiet in Japan for the...
No, they're absolutely nuts for us. But the thing is, we don't play sit-down venues though.
No.
A lot of the venues in Japan are sat down. And,
I got it. Yeah.
And the security like people to sit down, so that's a bit odd.
Yeah.
So the secret is, just remember this, any bands that are thinking of going there for the first time, try and play the stand-up venues, you know, because it's a bit,
make a connection.
bit more exciting for the audience. Yeah, it was great.
Wow, and of course, when you sort of stopped touring for a while, you kind of relocated your career in Germany, didn't you? I guess.
Yeah, we didn't really like us anymore here, so you know we weren't
applied
really.
for a lot of bands, of course, not just
Right,
Saxon,
hey, I mean Maiden the same. When Blaze was singing, they went to Germany a lot. But, Yeah, I mean, we played in England. We did like Wolverhampton. We did the odd show in London.
Strongholds, yeah.
But I think the main area where we were still popular was Germany.
Yeah, and continue to be.
And continue to be.
And of course, your headline Wacken over there. And
that's right.
That was a fantastic event, I imagine.
That's the next product coming out, actually. Is
DVD or now?
It's a DVD. It's called Heavy Metal Thunder Live.
All right.
Eagles over Wacken, it's called, and that's 4 Wacken concerts from 2002.
Oh, the album's called Call to Arms. It's your best album for living memory. Absolutely fantastic, brilliant production. Yeah. I don't know how you managed to keep it. I mean, 2007 you did 60-day tour.
Yeah.
With maybe 10 days off or something.
Yeah, that's right.
How did you handle that? I could imagine if you're 21.
Well, actually, you don't handle it when you're 21. That's the problem.
No, that's
the
point. Yeah.
You know, I don't know really. You just try and
know when to hang back, I guess.
Or try not to stress too much. That's
the
thing, you know. And you can party, but not every night. Okay,
well, once again, let's do it again. The tour starts on Tuesday the 13th of December in Oxford and finishes on Tuesday the 20th, a week later at Coco.
That's pretty cool. It should be a Friday though, Coco, but that's all right.
But there we are. You're going to rock the place anyway.
Well, we're going to have a great time.
Anyway, it's been Pete Feenstra talking to Biff Byford on behalf of GetReadyToRock.com. Big thank you to Eric on the camera. Good afternoon.